Hello, viewers. Welcome to
Hello.
our stream. Welcome to our Christmas stream.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Bit early, but we are doing this stream because I think between now and Christmas we're not going to have much time, and I thought it'd be quite fun to go over some of the latest posts from Entertainment Weekly, and then we're going to finish up with a Jurassic pop quiz, which is a live and interactive quiz, which you guys in the chat can join, not post stream, but while you're live on air.
But it'll be fun to play along with, even if you're watching this later. Yeah, you're a bit blurry.
A bit blurry. There we go. Yeah, so it definitely would be, because I think with the questions, they're pretty, like, they're not super nerdy, difficult levels, but some of them are a bit tricky when it comes to spelling. So yeah, you've got to know how your characters' names are spelled as well, which is quite fun.
So just to give you guys the rundown, James, the co-host, has written all of these questions. I've not seen any, so I will be taking this quiz alongside you guys. So it should be quite fun.
So to join the quiz and get ready for it because we're going to go through the Entertainment Weekly article first. We're probably looking to start the quiz in about 12 minutes time. Use the below, you'll see you got to go on www.blookit.com/join game, and then it will come up with a blue screen saying enter game ID. I've not created the game just yet, so you can join that once we get going, and you guys in the chat will it'd be good for you to join in with us. Mike, if you can't make it, let's see if you can join in the game. That'd be good. They're about 4 or 5 minute games. Be quite fun. So before we start with the quiz, let's go with the article that's come out by Entertainment Weekly. There we go. To Gareth Edwards, the closest thing you can get to the real Skull Island on planet Earth is Thailand. The director of Godzilla and Rogue One ferried Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala, I can never say his name. How do you say that?
Mahershala
Ali, Rupert Friend, and the rest of the cast to shoot Jurassic World Rebirth in Southeast Asia. He describes the variety of geography as very primeval, which is what you want from a movie filled with dinosaurs. I'm allowed to say this now that we're on the other side of it, but we shot in rivers and these mangrove swamps, Edwards tells Entertainment Weekly. When we were scouting them, we saw poisonous water snakes, massive ones that we had to catch. We kept it quiet from the actors as they spent the whole day waddling through the same area. And there were giant spiders that were poisonous and stuck on the edge of the trees. You just wouldn't point them out if you saw them. Just keep going. For the screenshots on the ocean, the scenes shot on the ocean, they then went to Malta. The filmmaker mentions some water stunts they needed to accomplish in a tank, but they filmed boatloads, pun intended, on the Mediterranean. It's probably the last film I'm ever going to shoot in the ocean because it was very difficult, he admits. I'm glad we persevered, but I think all the actors went through as crazy as a journey as the characters in the film. These were very physical, demanding, sometimes near-death experiences that had these high reward factors if you managed to succeed. Here's one of the images of them waddling through the actual rainforest. It's good to know that this isn't a set.
Yeah.
I love the fact that this is real and on location. That's so good. And this is her, I think this is her sidekick. This isn't what's his name? Mahershala Ali. That's the
we'll call him Ali.
No, that's not him, that's the other guy.
No, but I'm saying we'll call Mahershala.
There you go, look. Bircher Sylvain. Yeah. That's him. I'm wondering what they're doing. Like she's carrying a case. I reckon that's got the
DNA or
DNA in. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to have something in it important. That's why it's floating. These locales were part of the back to basics approach to the movie. As the title suggests, the next Jurassic World sequel hitting theatres in July, on the 2nd of July 2025, is a rebirth of sorts for the franchise. Not that it is necessarily needed one. People still flock to theatres to see the dinosaurs on the big screen. The last 3 each grossed $1 billion at the global box office. Still, since 2015's entry, which began a new trilogy starring Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, critical acclaim drifted downwards incrementally. The last instalment, Dominion, was with its reunion of Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, made about half as much as the first Jurassic World in the US alone. But at the end of the day, it still skirted over a billion mark worldwide. That's crazy though, that isn't it?
Yeah.
It fell that much. The team behind Rebirth hopes to recapture the magic of Steven Spielberg's 93 classic with real filming locations, less blue screen, and a pretty simple but compelling story with fresh leads. That's so refreshing to hear.
Yes.
So refreshing to hear. I can't speak for Universal, but I did feel like a new trilogy it did feel like a new trilogy in a way, Edward says. I'm not sure what their plans are, but it felt like the beginning of a brand new chapter in this franchise. To me, it's a giant love letter to Steven Spielberg and his earlier films. There are moments in the movie that remind me very much of Jaws. It's like it's like little greatest hits of all those aspects of his films that I loved growing up as a child. It's essentially a little adventurous odyssey across the island, a survival story, really. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So survival, adventure, Jaws. So we're probably going to get like a lot of, don't see the villain.
Potentially, like the mosasaur, because they said they did a lot of filming in the actual ocean. So yeah, he's hoping that we do get that sort of Jaws element.
That'd be so good. But even if it's not just about the Jaws element, it's like, for me, it's the not knowing and not seeing that adds more to the fear, isn't it?
Yeah. Like how much of the music influenced Jaws in that scene? I mean, you barely saw any of the shark actually coming, but when you knew that music was coming, it builded that tension. So I hope we get a bit of that. Like it's got that sort of element inside into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Jarrett says, I love that. Is it acting when you're frightened at something with fangs and poison coming out of the water at you? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Johansson, Ali, and Bailey are essentially the new faces of Jurassic World. 5 years after the events of Dominion, in which dinosaurs mingled with humans all over the globe, excuse me, these creatures are now dying out. The present-day planet proved to be inhospitable to the prehistoric ilk, except for a small region in the tropics around the equator, where many of them are now congregated. The three most colossal dinosaurs of land, sea, and air within this biosphere hold genetic material precious to a pharmaceutical company that hopes to use the dino DNA to create its life-saving drug for humanity.
There we go.
So it's not Biosim, then?
No.
Okay. Here's that. The little case. Oh, hold on. That's got to be the company name, right? OMC.
But what would it... I don't know. It could be, or it could just be the name of the case.
Yeah, that.
It's tough.
Yeah. Zora Bennett Johansson, who Edwards described as a special ops ex-CIA type, is contracted by said company to infiltrate the region and extract the DNA from these monoliths. She has a sibling-like bond with Duncan Kincaid. Okay, so that's his character, which we don't see on their pictures. Her most trusted ally, who captains their team's ship, is kind of like the Ahab of our movie, Edwards says. Bailey is the paleontologist, Dr. Henry Loomis. He's out of his depth in terms of his military element of the mission. The director explains he's very comfortable on digs and expeditions, but not the life and death risks that Kincaid and Cora and Zora are getting into. Edwards likens the trio's dynamic to Brody, Hooper, and Quint from Jaws. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great, because they've got such a good on-screen chemistry between the three of them.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Be so good. Where are we? Played in the 1975 Spielberg classic by Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw. Disparate individuals hunting a prehistoric creature. It's that kind of triangle between three different overlapping characters, he says. There's a lot of fun between the three of them that really popped out to me. It's less of a love triangle and much more of a competitive who's the alpha in the group kind of way. And that guy walking through wetlands in the white collared shirt, that's Martin Krebs' friend, a representative of the big pharma on site to ensure his company's interests.
You know he's going to die.
But even he, Edwards points out, isn't the cliched corporate figure. Rupert's got a little bit of James Bond about him, he says. They all try to play a little bit against the type slightly.
I like this shot.
I don't know whether it's something they're actually really laughing at, or it's just it's just a shot of them, like someone in the behind the scenes making them laugh.
Essentially, but I like
it looks too real, don't it? Like his reaction looks too real.
And that's what I mean. If this is in the film, you know, this is going to be a really good relationship between these three.
I am wondering if there's anything other than this field in this film, though. That's all we ever see is this film.
Well, we are going to see ocean. We know that.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's about it. It's going to be ocean and then long grass.
Yeah. The curveball to the story, written by the original Jurassic Park scribe David Koepp, is that Zora's team receives a mayday signal from a civilian boat that capsizes from an attack. So on top of pulling off this dangerous mission, the crew now has to worry about the safety of the Delgado family, played by Manuel Garcia Rufo, Luna Blaze, David Lacano, and Audrina Miranda. Obviously, it all goes wrong and becomes a situation that you enjoyed watching as a Jurassic Park fan, Edwards remarks. Once you're on the adventure, the film doesn't let go until the end credits. That's good. That's what I like about Jurassic Park 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
As much as it's a short film and it feels like the ending's quite rushed, like from the first moment you start on that film, it's constant, isn't it? It's like one territory after the other, after the other, after the other. It doesn't slow down, does it?
No, it's just a very fluid film, isn't it?
The enjoyment of it is the moment-to-moment chase, escape, scare, horror, curveballs in the whole plotting of the set pieces and the dinosaur moments. Edwards is on a mission of his own to capture the essence of what he loved about Spielberg's Jurassic Park, a crucial piece of cinema that had an immediate impact on Edwards' career as a filmmaker. He decided to work in visuals effects, partly as a result of his viewing experience. Jurassic Park did lead the way with computer graphics, but I feel like we get lost along the way with the arms race to be a spectacle. He elaborates. Jurassic actually only had a few dozen VFX shots in it, and it's such a powerful film. So it was trying to go back to all those tricks and ideas that teases the audience, that creates suspense and the tension you get from the edge on the edge of your seat. I just wanted to create that feeling I had when I was young, of being in awe of these things. That's really good to hear.
Yeah,
I think we're on to a winner here, mate. I honestly do.
It does seem like a great plot leading up to it, doesn't it?
And he says, and he finishes off with, and if it means trekking through poisonous snake-infested waters to get the shot, so be it. That's the end of the article.
Nice.
Good stuff. Really excited about that. Can't wait. So, Jurassic Horror is here. He says, hi, I hope Jurassic World Rebirth sequel to 2028 will be used stop-motion animation for dinosaurs and prehistoric animals more than CGI. Unlike Jurassic Park 1993 with CGI, even though I like JP93. The thing with stop-motion, I love stop-motion, but I think it works in some ways. Like, I think the way the Star Wars series have worked with the stop-motion, using like machinery in the background, it works really well. I think with creatures, it would stand out now too much.
Yeah.
With against, you know how the same way like the old Harryhausen films do stand out.
Yeah, like, you can notice the difference. It'd be an updated Morph. Do you remember Morph?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it'd be sort of like an updated version of that. But no, I don't think stop motion plays anything in these these latest Jurassic films. It just completely throw you completely out the scene. Like, it'd be too noticeable different, wouldn't it? Considering the CGI that we get plus the live animation that we've got, having stop motion just wouldn't work.
No, I don't believe it'd work very well at all. I mean, I like it. I just don't think it'd work very well.
No,
not really.
No, not for this film anyway.
I think the way forward is just to minimize it a little bit. Like, just don't be so CGI. Just don't green screens and blue screens and
don't try too much. This is what I feel the Jurassic World trilogy did. Not so much Jurassic World, but Fallen Kingdom and especially Dominion. I just think they tried too hard to try and please, try and push everything in such a short film. Like, you think how many like we said it before, how many dinosaurs they've got, like needless scenes, etc. As long as you the film makes sense and you're not trying to push things too much, I think it's going to be a great film.
Yeah, I've got high hopes for this, like really, really high hopes. I think it's going to be, like, I think the cast is going to be good. And I think if these 3 main characters survive this mission, they're definitely going to be called back. And I never in a million years thought I'd ever see Scarlett Johansson in a Jurassic movie. I'm so like deep down really pleased about this.
Yeah.
I know she's going to kill it. Well happy. Right, so let's just go to this comment for Mike. It's unlikely they'll use stop motion for the creature effects at this time. However, creature effects using stop motion have been coming back in small doses, like they have in New Skeleton Crew and whatever Y and K means. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Rebirth, man.
Yeah, so thanks for joining, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Just one thing left to say.
Life will find a way.
See you later.